a lot of information about the brain that I should put in my brain. Yeah, I see there are a number of questions. I think that Cynthia will check on the recorded messages so that she can forward all those questions to Betty for next time's Q&A. The session I'd like to discuss with you this evening are two issues. One is income producing activities. That is the things that you do that make your business grow. And coupled with that is to increase our level of belief in the business. Just to give me a few moments, I want to share the screen with you. Okay, so what is, I see there are lots of questions here. So Cynthia, just check the questions recorded. Once you recorded this, just 1 minute. Okay. All right, so what are the income producing activities? You see, all of us, I think, most people join this business to make a bit of extra money. Some people join the business to use high quality products. Some join the business maybe because they were being nagged by their sponsor that they should look at the business. But if your goal of joining the business was to increase your income, then you need to get involved in income producing activities. Those are things you need to do on a daily basis to generate income. That is what we mean by income producing activities. Essentially, there are three basic things we do. If you notice that every Monday we say that there are three success habits that we do every day to grow our business: using the products, sharing the business and the products, and personal development. The income producing activities, one is using the products. Why do we generate income when we use the products? Because we buy the products at a discount, it means the money we would have spent as customers, we are spending less, and therefore we're putting some money into our pockets. So we are saving money. That is the first income producing activity. The next income producing activity is retailing products. That is speaking to people who express an interest in our products, but they're not interested in the business. And the third is prospecting. That is showing the people the business plan or model to get them involved in the business. Those are the things that we do to grow our business. Prospecting is inviting, showing the plan, and follow up. Those three things we need to do on a daily basis to grow our business. Now, let's get to the one that really grows your business and increases your income earning ability. Remember that our business grows through something called duplication or leverage. What is duplication? Duplication is teaching others to do what you do. In fact, you may say that our business is teaching teachers to teach teachers. If you learn what that is, you're going to be very successful, because remember that your goal is to transfer your knowledge and skill to the person you sponsored in the business so that they can do what you do. And what do? You get other people also to do exactly what you do. That is what really our business is about. So let's talk about the basics of sponsoring. That is, how do you get new people into our business? We discuss this all the time because the key to success is repetition. In fact, one of the cornerstones to increasing our beliefs is repetition. All right. So the basics of our business. How do we grow our business? How do we get new people in our business? We start, of course, with a name list, a list of people that we want to get involved in the business. Let's start with a list of 100 people. 3 rules about name list building. Number 1, write the names down. Don't just say, okay, I remember John, I remember Kamau, I remember Adeyemi, I remember Kazungu. No, write their names down. Because the more names you put on a piece of paper, the more room is created in your brain for your brain to remember more names. So write the names down. Second rule about name building: do not prejudge anybody. That is, don't decide for somebody that they're going to be interested in the business or not, because you never know. You don't know if somebody will be interested in our business or not. Okay? I remember a long time ago when Betty and I had just started the business, there's a neighbor of ours whom we looked at. She was very successful. They were working for the United Nations. Her husband was working for the United Nations, so we assumed, they've got enough money, they don't need the business. 2 weeks later, we saw this lady at a business meeting as a distributor in somebody else's team. And we learned our lesson. Never prejudge anybody. Don't decide for anybody whether they'll join the business or not. And then number 3, take their name off the list. That simply means talk to them about the business. Let them decide if they want to join or not. Don't make decisions for them. Let them make the decisions themselves. Sometimes to step number 2, inviting. Inviting simply means asking the person to come and have a look at the business. That means you need to learn how to ask the right question, either for them to see a video or to go to a website or to attend a one-on-one or to attend a meeting. You need to learn how to invite professionally by asking that question I asked. If I send you this video, will you be able to watch it? If the answer is yes, then repeat the statement to confirm what you've discussed. So if I send you this video, you're going to watch it. When do you think you're going to watch it? And then keep quiet. Let them think and give you an answer. If they say, okay, I'm going to watch it right away, say, okay, so if I call you after 3 hours, you will have watched it. So you're actually confirming 3 or 4 times that they've made the commitment to watch the video or read the magazine. Okay? Once you've invited them to the business, show them the plan. Showing the plan is either you go for a Zoom, they attend a Zoom meeting or a large face-to-face meeting, or you do a one-on-one. When you do a one-on-one, I recommend that you should not take more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Why? Because if you spend a half an hour, 1 hour showing the business to one person, the prospect begins to think that for them to also show the business, they have to spend 1 hour with each person. They really feel tired doing the business. But the shorter your presentation, the more powerful it is, because it means that in 1 hour, you're able to show more than 1 or 2 or 3 presentations. Okay? Learn to tell your story. When you're sharing the story, what you did before you joined the business, how you came to join the business, what the business has done for you, either in terms of income or in terms of product experience, and then how the future looks like. That is showing the plan. Once you've shown them the plan, ask the 4 closing questions. Number 1, from the business plan you've seen, did it make sense? Number 2, what did you like most about the business? Number 3, do you think you're going to get involved in our business? And the last one, if the answers to the first 3 questions is yes, just tell them, look, I think you're ready to start the business. When can I collect? When do you like to pay the money to get started in the business? You say that because most people don't know how to decide quickly or effectively. Okay? I see 2 people are raising their hands. I'm not sure if there's a problem. Joseph Cheng and Naifa. So I think that you need to follow up to be able to close your prospect. Follow-up is a very important aspect because most people do not make a decision after you show them the business once or twice. Most people make a decision after you've spoken to them 4, 5, 6, or even 7 times before you say, yes, I want to do the business. All right? That is the basics of, those are the income producing activities you need to get involved in. And therefore, you need to split your time in 4 areas. Number 1, your own prospect that you want to sponsor personally. Number 2 is customers that you want to deal with. Number 3 is prospects from your downlines or prospects from your team. And number 4, customers from your team. So you need to split your time in 4 areas of prospecting for yourself and for the people in your team. So that, and the reason you do for your team is that, remember, your success is linked to the success of the people in your team. The more successful they become, the more you become successful yourself. Okay? And then let's talk about retailing. Retailing is when you speak to your prospect so that you can grow a customer base. 3 things are very important for retailing products. 1 is listening to the needs of your customer. How do you do that? You listen to the needs of your customer, but just listening is not an easy thing to do, from my experience. Because listening means you not only hear what the customer is saying, but you also sense what they are not saying, either through body language or through their eye contact, or you notice that their communication is not flowing very smoothly. It means they're either holding something or they don't want to reveal everything to you. Listening is a very important skill to develop because it helps you get in touch with people's inner world. So learn to listen to the needs of your customer. Let me give you an example. I was speaking to a friend of mine last week, and they were talking about the challenges they're going through. And I kept asking, how is your life? What makes you feel that way? Eventually, I found out that they have got high blood pressure, they have the earlier stages of diabetes, and they are so stressed. Because of that, I knew the products to recommend because of listening to their needs. So I would recommend learn to listen to your customers as they speak. When people speak, they reveal their need for the products. Then the next step is you need to link our products with their need. How do you do that? Do you do that by having product knowledge? When you know what the products do, it's quite easy to recommend products to your prospects or to your customers. Okay, product knowledge is very, very important. Maybe if you're new, you don't know everything about our products, but take time. Every session like this that you have, take time, take notes, ask questions of your sponsor or your success line so that you can get more information about our product, and then build good relationship with your customer. That is important because when you have strong relationship with your customer and they want, they want to use products, guess who they're going to speak to? They're going to speak to you because they feel good about the service you provide for them. Okay, so build good relationships with your customers. Cleaning products. I would suggest that we all need to pay attention to our cleaning range of products. Why? Because everybody cleans themselves or their homes. Not everybody uses supplements, but everybody cleans. Every home needs LDC and Super 10. That's a guarantee. So spend time. I remember Charlie Bolton saying this one time. He says, it's true that 60% of our company sales is health supplements. But don't forget that everybody, even people who don't use supplements, they use soap. They use some cleaning products in their homes. So pay attention to the cleaning. LDC is very critical because LDC replaces 4 or 5 or 6 different cleaning products in the home. Learn how to do the LDC demonstration in the home. Then Super 10 for heavy duty cleaning, and then Care Solution as a disinfectant. Then go to the healthcares. How do you build 100 PV or 200, whatever it is? If you meet people with diabetes, you already know that they need 3NN botanical balance. If you meet people with high blood pressure, you know they need omega-3, garlic, lipotropic agent. If you meet people with ulcers, you know they need aloe vera plus and chelated zinc. People with arthritis, Skalmag, omega-3, full motion, depending on which arthritis, either osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, depending on which one they have. And then people with prostate, cruciferous plus. So with this knowledge, it's quite easy for you to recommend products to your customers, and you start building a customer base. A very important thing that I'd like to speak to you about first is if you want to increase your belief level, first you need to have good care of yourself. You need to take good care of yourself. You can only help others if you're healthy and well. It's very hard to help others if you're constantly feeling unwell, you don't have energy, when people look at you, they realize you're really in challenges. It's very difficult to recommend health supplements. So take good care of your health. Number one is your physical health. Diet, exercise, and rest. I call it the RED principle. Rest, exercise, and diet, to make sure that you've got good health. Number two, good mental health. Resolved matters in your family, reading good books. You need to have a stable mental attitude. And one of them is strength. How do you strengthen your mind? Reading good books, constantly. Read good books, because we are bombarded by negative information every single day. Have business goals, have financial goals, and have good friends. Have at least 5 good friends. Ask yourself a question when you go to sleep tonight. Are there people whom you can actually say, this is my friend? When I have a challenge, I can go and talk with them, and I know they will not disclose the personal things I've told them. Is there somebody whom you can actually call a friend? Somebody who you can share the challenges you have in your life? If you don't have, start searching for them. Last week, remember, we spoke about friendship. 3 things about good friendship. 1, mutual concern. 2, common interest. And 3, virtue. If you have a strong character, you will attract very good friends. Okay? So self-care is very important. And that leads me to, the things that helps us to be, to have self-belief. You need to know the difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation is initial spark that gets you on the path to success. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is what keeps you on the path. Motivation is driven by feelings. Discipline comes from our will. So how do you create a disciplined life that helps you build a strong belief? 1, have clear goals. Have very, very clear goals. Do what you need to do irrespective of how you feel. Have a good self-talk about yourself. Always picture yourself completing the task that you want to do. Okay? And do not look at what you're going through. Look at where you're going to. That means that don't pay attention to what you're going through, because what you're going through is temporary. That's why we say you're going through it. You don't get stuck in it. Okay, so know where you're going to, not what you're going through. And something very important I would like to leave with you before we end is this. I think most of you have heard that if you want to succeed in life, you need to have a daily to-do list. That's very good, because it helps you to accomplish your tasks. But I want to recommend you a second thing you need to have. You need to have a to-be list. Apart from having a to-do list, have a to-be list. What is that? Every day, write down the things you want to be. If you want to be, if you're a distributor now and you want to be a reliable spouse, to be a great leader, to be a Ruby director, to qualify to go to Mauritius, write down to your to-be list. Your to-be list is to actually start programming your mind to increase your level of belief. Because remember, belief comes from the things you repeat. Faith comes from hearing. And when you hear something over and over and over again, you end up believing it. So if you want to be successful, have a to-be list. If you're a senior manager or an executive manager, you need to write a to-be list to be a director, or I am a director. I am a sponsoring machine. I am a great leader. Write a to-be list. And if you do that over and over again, eventually you will start developing the right attitude for becoming what you want to be. So apart from writing a to-do list, write a to-be list, what you want to become in the future. And make sure you create a mental image of what you want to become. There is nothing as powerful as creating a mental image of what you want to become. Remember that our subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what is imagined and what has actually taken place. There's no difference for the subconscious mind about those two things. So the quickest way to become what you want to become, create a mental image of what you want to be, write down what you want to have a to-be list on a daily basis. So ladies and gentlemen, you see, fantastic. I see Ann Gower said, I am a fully qualified Sapphire director. And write that every day on your diary. Every single day you wake up, write your to-do list one side, write your to-be list on the other side. If you keep doing that, you'll see how things will change for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for spending this evening with Betty and myself. I want to thank Cynthia and Alan for hosting our meetings every Monday and every Thursday. And I want to appreciate all the distributors of New Life for the great company you keep us. And we hope we have contributed something to the growth of your business.